Live from Las Vegas, Fox 5 News at 10 starts now.
Casino closure involves every casino in the state of Nevada, every gaming piece of equipment in the state of Nevada.
Midnight deadline tonight. All casinos, every piece of gaming equipment in the state must be off in 2 hours. Essential businesses shuttering at noon tomorrow.
Everywhere you go, there's just these giant billboards telling you hey, we're closed and we hope to see you soon. So it's getting crazy.
A strip shut down. Tourists say they have been left in limbo.
So many workers and so many businesses are going to be affected and will need to get unemployment benefits. We're going to walk you through step by step what you need to know and when you'll be able to get paid.
Students moving out. The deadline for UNLV students to leave their dorms, plus the resources available for those who have nowhere else to go.
Today it is clear additional steps must be taken immediately in order to slow the spread of this deadly virus in our state.
Stay home for Nevada. The governor taking dramatic action. The response already seen on the strip where casinos are boarding up.
The governor said all non-essential businesses should shut down for 30 days to slow the spread of COVID-19. The deadline, tomorrow at noon. Casino tables and gaming must be powered down at midnight. Right now, there are 42 cases of coronavirus in Clark County.
And we have live team coverage following the changes with answers to your questions tonight. And with this historic move from the governor tonight.
Let's take a closer look at the changes we'll be waking up to tomorrow.
It's incumbent upon us to protect ourselves, our families, and our most vulnerable populations, and I encourage everybody to participate. Stay home for Nevada.
From home means Nevada to stay home for Nevada.
Today it is clear additional steps must be taken immediately in order to slow the spread of this deadly virus in our state.
In the form of shutting down all non-essential businesses in the state.
This is for 30 days for all of them, and we will reevaluate in 30 days. To summarize, I'm telling non-essential businesses you have two choices. Find a way to service your customers through delivery, drive-through, curbside pickup, or front door service, or close your doors.
No eating at restaurants, only delivery or to go.
Only essential businesses should remain open, such as pharmacies, grocery stores, drug and convenience stores, banks and financial institutions, hardware stores, and gas stations.
The casinos who haven't already shut down had hours to do so, midnight.
Every gaming device must be turned off by midnight tonight. The casinos will not be open and have any gambling activity. That includes the bars, includes the convenience stores, includes the grocery stores. All gaming operations must cease by midnight tonight.
Some think it's going too far.
I know there will be some who will disagree with my decision, some who will think this is an overreaction. I want you to know, I have spent countless hours working with medical experts, the White House, the CDC, labor and industry leaders, and I fully believe that this is an appropriate and informed reaction.
We did not hear any information about specific statewide economic relief.
I'm not here to talk about money and bailouts today. I'm here to talk about the health and well-being of the people of the state of Nevada, our folks that live here.
The bottom line, stay home and away from groups of people.
This is affecting the lives of our citizens. People are dying. You know, every day that is delayed here, I'm losing a dozen people on the back end are going to die as a result of this. Kevin Durant, one of the most fit people in the world, tested positive today. It's incumbent upon the citizens of this state to take this seriously.
McCarran International Airport is open. Fox 5's Vince Sapienza talked to the Laborers Union, Local 872, who told us construction workers at Allegiant Stadium will continue to work, and construction is essential. He said they are following all guidelines and distancing procedures. We have the full video and transcript of the governor's remarks on fox5vegas.com.
I talked to a Metro source tonight. They see this as two separate issues, non-essential businesses and gaming. They don't see the governor's request as a mandate for non-essential businesses to close, and they say it's unlikely Metro would enforce the closures. The source says closing the gaming is a mandate, but it's unclear of who and how that will be enforced. It is a new normal, and it also applies to every livelihood on the Las Vegas Strip.
Fox 5's Kylie Gaylor is near the Strip to show us the impact it's already having on the entertainment capital of the world.
Yeah, guys, this time tomorrow night, we're going to be looking at a very different Las Vegas Strip. Right now, a lot of the marquees are still lit up. It looks like the flashy Las Vegas we know and love, but it doesn't feel like it. There's an unspoken eeriness knowing what's about to happen over the next 12 hours and then for the next 30 days. I mean, check this out. This is a perfect example. This bridge and escalator here behind me leading to the Cosmopolitan is empty. It's 10 o'clock on St. Patrick's Day and it's empty. So we are starting to see those changes. There's significantly less people and cars out here tonight. And again, that is the goal. As we heard Governor Sisolak say, this is the only way to mitigate the spread of COVID-19. The Bellagio fountains stopped. Doors to businesses and parts of the casinos are boarded up. I talked to one couple visiting from Dallas. They told me it's scary seeing such a lively city dead.
Yesterday, some of the slot machines, they would have like one on and then two would be off and then one on. And I imagine, or I know that's to create the separation between guests. And today, it's just all of them are off. Everywhere you go, you kind of see like the computer error. And so, yeah, it's insane.
And again, all gaming activity has to be shut down in just 2 hours, and people have to start clearing the casinos by tomorrow. The couple you just heard from told me they had a flight out on Thursday back home to Dallas, and now they are looking for a new one much sooner than that. Reporting live, I'm Kylie Gaylor, Fox 5 News, local Las Vegas.
The closures on the Strip are not limited to the casinos. The monorail is also shutting down. Since even more businesses will be shut down, this will affect thousands more workers, and many of whom will file for unemployment.
Fox 5's Jacqueline Schultz breaks down how you can get the help you need.
Well, we know that businesses like Target, they have a grocery store, they have a pharmacy, they're going to stay open, but plenty of other businesses in the strip mall, from Ross, Hobby Lobby, GameStop, plenty of these retail stores. What's to come with these workers? We don't know at this point. That depends on the company, but if anyone needs unemployment, the only way they can get it at this point, all the unemployment offices are closed. The only way they can get help is right now, state officials say, to go online.
I was informed yesterday by one of my supervisors that I would be furloughed.
Poker dealer Sal Musto had an inkling his workplace, the Venetian, would have to be shut down.
It's upsetting, but it's understandable.
Now he's one of thousands from the Strip, and thousands more now with the governor's emergency order of closure of all non-essential businesses who need to know how to get unemployment. As of Tuesday night, you cannot walk into a Job Connect office. Sal says he went online and tried to call.
And this is my first time ever filing for unemployment, because when I called today at 11 a.m., their queue had already filled up for the entire day.
Safety of Nevadans, including our staff, is paramount. So we are asking people to go online because it is the safest, quickest way to complete this process.
The Nevada Department of Employment, Training and Rehabilitation says they now have YouTube step-by-step guides to make this easier online, because call centers are swamped with troubleshooting for folks. Let's break it down. Step 1, go to ui.nv.gov website. Step 2, click on the tab for UI claimants. Then, Step 3, register as a new claimant. Step 4, file a UI claim. What happens now? The department says typically you should start seeing unemployment benefits in 7 to 10 days. But offices have been swamped and there have been lines. So they say there could be some delays. State officials have still not tallied how many have filed for unemployment in the past week and a half.
I feel like I'll be able to receive my unemployment benefits starting next week. So I'm optimistic.
All those steps, all those links, we have them for you ready on our website on fox5vegas.com. Coming up in just a few minutes at 10:30, what do you need? What information do you need when you start to file for unemployment online? How long is this going to take? We're going to answer those questions. But for now, reporting live in Henderson, Jacqueline Schultz, Fox 5 News, local Las Vegas.
UNLV students must move out of their dorms by Saturday at 5 p.m. The university noted this is for students with other housing options. UNLV said housing will help students case by case. For example, if they're on spring break and can't return by Saturday. There is also a form for students with nowhere else to go, and they can fill out that form.
Right now, live at 11, stay home for Nevada.
People are dying. It's incumbent upon the citizens of this state to take this seriously.
Governor Steve Sisolak ordering hotels and casinos to shut down as coronavirus spreads.
And tonight, locals are packing marijuana dispensaries and liquor stores trying to stock up. This as the Las Vegas Strip transforms into a ghost town. Lights at the iconic Mirage dim, and workers boarding up doors at the world-famous Bellagio.
13 Action News, elevating Las Vegas, live at 11.
The Las Vegas Strip is preparing to shut down. A live look right now. And for the first time in state history, Governor Steve Sisolak has ordered all casinos ordered to close. The move happening in less than 1 hour.
So as of right now, there are now 42 confirmed cases of coronavirus in Clark County. That is 7 more than just last night. The total statewide is 55. Of course, one man right here in southern Nevada has died. And across the U.S. tonight, there are more than 5,300 cases and at least 100 deaths. Now, just hours ago, Governor Sisolak is ordering all non-essential businesses to close by noon tomorrow. He is urging Nevadans to stay home to prevent further spread of the coronavirus. But there is, of course, a lot of stores and places that remain open. In fact, we received several calls to our newsroom tonight about people congregating at marijuana dispensaries and liquor stores, all apparently trying to stock up on products.
And let's get right to 13 investigative reporter Joe Bartels live at a dispensary on Spring Mountain and Valley View that has been swamped tonight. Joe.
Yeah, Tricia, we heard the governor make that call for non-essential businesses to close, asking for their cooperation, and people have been reacting in different ways. Take a live look right now at Cultivate, and there's probably about 15, 20, maybe 30 people in line. We've also seen on social media that liquor stores around Las Vegas have been busy and swamped as people prepare for this extended closure, but there are many stores and businesses that are exempt and will stay open. Grocery stores have been hard hit by panic buying. Store shelves bare, including non-perishable items like boxed foods, dinners, even canned soups continue to be hot items. The paper goods also hard to come by. But rest assured, Nevada Governor Steve Sisolak says grocery stores are being replenished and will remain open.
Only essential services should remain open, such as fire, police, transit, and health care services, in addition to businesses that provide food, shelter, or social services for disadvantaged populations.
The police departments, fire departments, hospitals, and medical facilities will remain open and functional for critical needs. Here's a list of some things that will also remain open: gas stations, convenience stores, banks, hardware stores, pharmacies, daycares, and restaurants with delivery and takeout options.
It's incumbent upon the citizens of this state to take this seriously.
The governor says the precautions are for the people who are at most risk in our community.
I think that the people of Nevada understand how serious this is, and that if they care about their own well-being, if they care about the well-being of their loved ones, they will heed this advice from the best medical professionals in the United States and in the world. Stay home, prevent the spread of the disease.
The governor pointed, direct, and blunt. This is a serious situation, but now is not the time to panic. It's time to hunker down and get through this together. And the governor says it's important to point out that 80%, that's 8 in 10 people, have mild or no symptoms at all if they contract COVID-19. Again, this is to protect the most vulnerable in our community. So the list of what's open is much shorter for what is closing. Let's get to my colleague Austin Carter, who's on the Strip. And Austin, the part of the Strip, or most of the Strip, is already shutting down.
Yeah, and Joe, you know, this began just a few days ago, really a week ago, with buffets here on the Strip closing. And now we're talking about the reality of a complete shutdown of those hotels and casinos. I want to show you, we're out in front of the Bellagio fountains right now. And this is usually a popular spot. This is an iconic spot on the Las Vegas Strip, but you can see it is essentially a ghost town. We can count the amount and number of people we can see out here. And I want to also show you, to put things into reality, just how serious this is. The front doors here, the Bellagio, those rotating doors, you can see they're now covered up with plywood. And this coronavirus pandemic coming along with urgent pleas from Governor Sisolak and the CDC urging folks to take this seriously. Businesses here are doing that as well, and this is having a ripple effect down to businesses in our own neighborhoods.
There are not a lot of options right now for these people.
Further steps to stop the spread. Governor Steve Sisolak has announced the closure of non-essential businesses in the state. Valley restaurants, nail salons, barber shops are no exception.
They're going to struggle.
Jeff Marin has been working with 3 local restaurants in the past few days to move their operations to takeout only. But now this announcement will bring those businesses to a screeching halt.
They're going to have a hard time keeping their doors open beyond the next 30 days.
Marin says when restaurants close their dining rooms, they're already losing money, costing them about 2/3 of their income. But some are trying to make the most of the few hours they have left. Take a look at this Lee's Liquor on Lake Mead in the Northwest. Lines wrapped down the aisles, but one store's in town closed by noon Wednesday. The future of so many businesses could be up in the air.
But if this thing gets past 60 days where we're not operating normally, you're going to have a lot of restaurants go out of business.
And we actually spent a portion of the afternoon stopping into some of the hotels and casinos here on the Strip to take a look inside shortly before closing at 6 o'clock this evening. I want to bring in some video right now inside the Wynn when we stopped in there. And again, it was a literal ghost town. Very eerie to be inside there and just seeing no one at the bar at any of these games playing, really. The only people in there, security and employees at the Wynn. We also stopped inside Caesars before they closed as well. The same story there. These videos certainly making this so real to see in person, and now you're seeing it for a chance for yourself as well here too. And it will be quite a while, a wait until we'll be able to go back inside. We'll be here for that ride with you. Reporting live, I'm Austin Carter, 13 Action News.
Yeah, Austin, thank you for that look tonight. It is eerie, to say the least. Now, for more information on Governor Sisolak's announcement, including what exactly is staying open and what is closing, you could visit our website at ktnv.com. And right now, as students stay home to try to prevent the spread of coronavirus, it is really important that CCSD parents know where exactly they could take their kids to get free breakfast and lunch while school right now is out. So this right here, these are some of the 22 schools with student food distribution pods set up. They are located in different areas of Clark County. They are set up from 8 a.m. until 11 a.m. Monday through Friday. Now, the student does need to be there to pick up that food. We do have this entire list along with their addresses. It's all on our website at ktnv.com.
As grocery store shelves remain empty, Smith's is offering special hours for senior citizen shoppers who are worried about contracting the coronavirus. Well, starting tomorrow, Smith's will dedicate the first hour of Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays to seniors who are the most vulnerable to COVID-19. That's 7 to 8 a.m. For all other customers, Smith's is open from 8 a.m. until 10 p.m. Lee Canyon will stay closed for the remainder of its ski season. The resort was slated to close April 5th. All employees will be paid through March 22nd. Officials say they remain hopeful that they can reopen for the summer. Refunds for pre-purchased lift tickets, rental packages, and lessons can be processed by contacting info@leecanyonlv.com.
And also, DMV offices around the valley are now closed. The agency's director says that they're going to be releasing information for those who need to deliver time-sensitive documents in person. But for now, you can handle most of your business online using the DMV's website.
And a live look at McCarran Airport tonight. Officials want to emphasize the airport is staying open. A spokeswoman says they have been flooded with calls from people wondering if McCarran was suspending operations. Again, to be clear, the airport is open.
Well, new tonight at 11, swiping hand sanitizer. Some new video shows a man taking a bottle from a local business.
Plus, lending a hand in the time of need. We will show you how Americans around the nation are stepping up to help their elders.
And unemployment issues, some of the roadblocks right now the locals are running into when trying to file their claims. Danny.
It was a cool and breezy Tuesday. Heading into the rest of the work week, high temperatures stay well below average, but we're swapping the wind for rain. Rain chances work back in starting tomorrow through Friday. I'll give you a look at the futurecast coming up in just a few minutes.
New video tonight shows a man swiping a bottle of hand sanitizer from a Fuku burger in the Southwest Valley. Restaurant employees say it was their last bottle, and they put it on the counter to make customers feel comfortable while doing money transactions.
UNLV administrators say that students who do have other housing options will be required to move out of the residence halls by Saturday at 5 p.m. Housing then will assist students on spring break who can't make it back, but this will be done on a case-by-case basis. And for more information about this, you can visit the school's website.
The Clark County Marriage License Bureau is closing until further notice. The move is being done to limit the potential exposure of the coronavirus. County leaders say the office will stay closed until further notice. Las Vegas locals are turning to unemployment to help pay the bills, but some people are hitting roadblocks. A long line formed outside a Workforce Connection location tonight. People say they haven't been able to get anyone on the phone. They're having a hard time figuring out the online application as well.
It's really scary, you know, because everyone still has to pay rent, and there seems to be no way out. Like, it's just a hole that keeps getting deeper, and there's no answers and there's no help anywhere.
The director of Nevada Employment Training and Rehabilitation is telling people to go online. If the process gets confusing, turn to the YouTube videos they've posted giving step-by-step instructions on how to file.
Yeah, let's hope that all gets sorted out really quickly. All right, Metro right now taking extra steps to protect police officers during the coronavirus pandemic. So all non-essential community events, they are canceled until further notice. You're also going to notice patrol officers keeping a safe distance during traffic stops. They're also going to be wearing disposable gloves while making arrests. Officers are also being required to disinfect all of their gear and patrol vehicles on a regular basis.
Well, a jaw.
The stillness is deafening. Tarps and gates in place. The Las Vegas Strip goes dark. The governor is fired up.
It's incumbent upon the citizens of this state to take this seriously.
Casinos, non-essential businesses ordered to shut down. Protecting your health from a distance.
People that are worried they have coronavirus.
Tonight, they're growing virtual health options to help stop the spread. And this.
Americans need cash now, and the president wants to get cash now.
The president's plan to get cash in your hands to help weather the coronavirus storm. And the pandemic creates a new normal on primary day. Gloves, masks, blue tape on the floor.
And you voted?
I sure did. And a Biden landslide.
We've moved closer to securing the Democratic Party's nomination for president.
This is News 3, live at 11.
We absolutely must take this step for every Nevadan's health and safety. Please, please take this seriously. Lives are at stake, and each day passing, this pandemic is growing.
A historic evening in Nevada, the governor declaring all non-essential businesses to shut down, including all of the casinos across the Silver State. This all done in an effort to slow the spread of the coronavirus. Good evening. I'm Maureen Mortera. Jim Snyder is off tonight. We want to thank you for joining us for this extended hour-long 11 p.m. newscast. Also, a quick heads up for our viewers on CW. At least for this week, the 10 p.m. news will be held at this time here. We are simulcasting this 11 p.m. broadcast here on 3. We have team coverage tonight on the coronavirus, starting with News 3's Max Darrow. And he joins us now from the Las Vegas Strip, where resorts are already beginning to close.
A beacon of light on the Las Vegas Strip is no longer shining, but within hours, all of the other casinos here will lose their luster as well, temporarily at least.
This was not an easy decision to make.
During a news conference on Tuesday evening, Governor Steve Sisolak announced all non-essential businesses and services across the state should close for 30 days. The state is taking the measure in the hopes of slowing the spread of the coronavirus. Gaming as a whole fell in the non-essential category.
The casino closure involves every casino in the state of Nevada, every gaming piece of equipment in the state of Nevada. We don't have time to waste. At this time, we must act aggressively and decisively to protect ourselves, our families, and our community.
According to the governor, essential services include emergency services, health care, and businesses that give social services, food, and shelter to disadvantaged populations. Essential businesses, think pharmacies, grocery and drug stores, banks, and gas stations. Governor Sisolak says restaurants should only allow takeout, drive-through, and deliveries.
If your business brings groups of people together, it should not be open.
As the governor delivered this historic message, a poster stood next to him. It had the Silver State's anthem title on it, Home Means Nevada, and it was changed to read, Stay Home for Nevada. That's the governor's plea in the midst of a pandemic that has become deadly in the state.
This is affecting the lives of our citizens. People are dying. It's incumbent upon us to protect ourselves, our families, and our most vulnerable populations, and I encourage everybody to participate. Stay home for Nevada.
And we apologize for losing Max's audio there. Governor Sisolak said there is a long road ahead in getting Nevada back on its feet again, but the primary step right now is to protect people. Let's give you a live look now from a different vantage point right there on the Las Vegas Strip, the Bellagio Hotel and Casino, and of course, those famous fountains, all dark tonight. We have video from the Circus, Treasure Island, and Station Casinos. In fact, you can see tarps and fencing being put in place here at Circus, barriers at Treasure Island. All this is properties rushed to meet that midnight deadline to shut down. And this is what the scene will look like inside those casinos for the next few weeks. We obtained this video from inside the Wynn Las Vegas. As you can see, no one at the tables or the slot machines. Plenty of reaction on social media tonight. Some are still confused on what is considered an essential business. We have posted a link on our website breaking down what is considered essential and non-essential, but we want to let you know we are still trying hard to get specifics on these closures and Nevada's response to the outbreak. We do hear your concerns, and we're constantly asking our leaders to give us the answer.
And the reason we did this was because of the time that we're living in. They're going through some rough times. The average rate is $10 an hour. They can't stock up on food, and their money is very limited. So we didn't want them to go into waiting rooms with other people who were sick.
As the governor encourages Nevadans to stay home over the next month, telemedicine professionals are also seeing an influx of patients. News 3's Tiffany Lane joins us live with those details.
Well, Marie, with the coronavirus and the flu keeping doctors busy, several people who are feeling under the weather are looking towards virtual health options to keep them out of crowds, but also get them the help they need.
Really, just in the past couple of days, we've seen the number of visits double compared to a week ago.
Dr. James Wantuck, the chief medical officer of PlushCare, a virtual care office, says his company sees thousands of patients online every week.
They can assess your symptoms, send prescriptions, even order lab testing if that's what's needed.
Those calls have gone up about 30% because of the coronavirus.
People that are worried they have coronavirus that might, or maybe they have another illness like the flu.
Guadalupe Bermudez has used telemedicine several times and says with the coronavirus outbreak, it's a good option.
Well, it's really important because that way I don't have to risk taking my kids to an emergency room that might be already infected, or myself.
Her boss, who owns 10 McDonald's restaurants throughout Las Vegas, is providing free telemedicine options for his 440 employees and up to 7 of their family members.
And the reason we did this was because of the time that we're living in. They're going through some rough times. The average rate is $10 an hour. They can't stock up on food, and their money is very limited. So we didn't want them to go into waiting rooms with other people who were sick.
There's a definite uptick in usage, not only because people, this is the flu season, but because people who would normally go to the doctor are fearful of going because of the coronavirus. So they're definitely using it more than ever right now.
While patients continue to use these services, doctors look to find more options during this pandemic.
Soon we'll be able to do at-home testing where we mail you a kit and you swab yourself and get the results without ever having to go in. We hope to launch that in the next few weeks.
And Dr. Wontek says PlushCare is also looking at drive-through clinic options where you'd be able to go and get swabbed and get tested for the coronavirus. But he says if you're feeling severely ill, make sure to contact 911 or go to the emergency room immediately. Reporting live from the DI overpass, I'm Tiffany Lane for News 3. Marie, back to you.
Tiffany, thank you. Here are your headlines tonight on the coronavirus outbreak. The Southern Nevada Health District says there are an additional 7 coronavirus cases in Clark County now, bringing the total of 42, including 1 death reported. Nevada statewide totals now at 55, with 3 additional cases reported in Washoe County. Across the nation, more than 6,000 cases and more than 100 deaths from the coronavirus. Air travel still in play right now. McCarran International Airport will remain open during the outbreak. We checked, and per our count, you are looking at the first coronavirus drive-through test in Southern Nevada. We found it at the Sahara West Urgent Care at Sahara and Jones. It offered 250 tests Monday, 250 tests today, and plans another 250 tests tomorrow. The word got out on social media, and dozens of cars showed up. Mike Bradley, who works with the clinic, says some of the people in those cars work at other healthcare facilities.
They're afraid they're exposed, and they want to see if they got, a lot of them have symptoms, and they're just, they just want to see. They're not getting tested in their facilities, probably because their facilities don't have tests.
The clinic tells us this drive-through service opens up at 9 a.m., first come, first served. Other places say they're also planning drive-throughs like Walgreens and CVS. New tonight, Nevada officials reaching out to give us more updates on the pandemic. Today, U.S. Representative Susie Lee hosting a public health telephone town hall. She spoke about her recently passed bill, the Emergency Family and Medical Leave Expansion Act, ensuring workers have access to extended job-protected leave to care for themselves and their families.
We are feeling it in Las Vegas with the closings of our major hotels, and we want to say that you shouldn't have to lose your job for doing the responsible thing.
After the teleconference, Representative Lee released a statement reassuring their office is working on a recovery package for travel and the tourism economy. Today's announcement sends some rushing to stock up on marijuana. Here's some video from Henderson, a long line of customers forming right outside of Essence Cannabis Dispensary. Now, there is an option for people who also want to use marijuana here in Las Vegas. New Woo Cannabis is equipped with a drive-through. They are open for 24 hours. At this point, it's not clear, though, if dispensaries are considered non-essential, as sometimes people do get their medical marijuana from there as well. Again, we are still working to get all of that information for you.
This is affecting the lives of our citizens. People are dying. It's incumbent upon the citizens of this state to take this seriously.
Nevada will close for business, the most stern warning yet from our state's governor as the number of coronavirus cases and deaths continues to climb. Now, the governor calling for the closure of all casinos and gaming operations in the next hour. And then by noon tomorrow, all non-essential businesses will close too. Now, the move is not meant to incite fear, but rather to stop the spread of the virus. So here's what we know tonight. The governor wants non-essential businesses to close for 30 days. That's places like bars and malls and movie theaters, gyms, beauty salons. Essential businesses like pharmacies, grocery and hardware stores, banks and gas stations will stay open. He's calling for everyone to avoid meetings and gatherings in any capacity, any number, until the threat has diminished. And he is serious when saying this is not a vacation. The bottom line, stay home to stay healthy. So as we mentioned, casinos statewide are closing at midnight tonight. And Governor Sisolak saying every piece of gaming equipment in the state needs to shut down. Orko Manna joins us now live from the Strip, where things are already looking a lot different. Orko?
Yeah, Denise, Governor Sisolak is calling for all casinos in Nevada to shut down effective at midnight, which is now just less than 1 hour away. All day we've seen the buildings on the Strip, including buildings going dark, and marquees like this one here at the Mandalay Bay are displaying signs every now and then saying, "We look forward to welcoming you back soon."
You are being told not to go out. You are being told not to go out.
Taking serious steps to stop the spread of COVID-19, Governor Steve Sisolak directing all non-essential businesses across Nevada to shut down for 30 days, including casinos on the Las Vegas Strip and Fremont Street.
At this time, we must act aggressively and decisively to protect ourselves, our families, and our community.
Several strip hotel and casinos already announced temporary closures, including the Venetian, Palazzo, Wynn, Encore, Cosmopolitan, and all MGM Resorts properties. Now all must follow suit. Governor Sisolak also requesting all restaurants, bars, and pubs in Nevada closed by noon Wednesday, unless they can provide their service using delivery or drive-through. The governor hopes companies are compassionate.
If they care about their own well-being, if they care about the well-being of their loved ones, they will heed this advice.
All essential services such as groceries, pharmacies, and gas stations should remain open. Governor Sisolak urging everyone to take these measures seriously.
We are strong. We are resilient. We will get through this.
Again, all closures, including for the casinos on the Strip, are for 30 days. Governor Sisolak says that he will, after that time is up, he'll evaluate if those closures need to remain or if that's it. Reporting live near the Strip tonight, Orko Manna, 8 News Now.
Orko, thank you. So one place we checked out tonight that seemed to struggle with that message was Fremont Street. As Kevin E. Martin reports, while many are trying to comply, others are not in a hurry.
Vegas is, that's what we mostly strive on, is that it's a party town. There's always going to be people down here. No matter if they shut it down, there's still going to be people down here.
It is surreal because this is like our happy place. We come and have fun here. And everybody appears on the outside to just go as they normally do and gamble and have fun.
So it's like people like that, like we already had someone approach us and like totally threw personal space out the window, and that bothers me. It's like you can still come, you know, take in the sights, you know, yeah, but just be cautious.
This is my first time in Vegas, and it seems emptier than it's supposed to be. Personally, I've been doing precautions, keeping my hands clean, kind of wiping slots down, doing my part. It is a little weird to be out here in public around during a pandemic.
Stay home for Nevada was the message that was on display earlier today during Governor Sisolak's announcement. Clearly, these people didn't see that message. Reporting at Fremont Street Experience, I'm Kevin E. Martin.
Meantime, liquor and marijuana stores across the valley were slammed tonight after the governor's speech. Some customers say they're not sure if dispensaries are included in the non-essential business category, so they wanted to stock up just in case. This is a shop near Desert Inn and Valley View, and it was much the same at the Source, which is over at Sahara and Rainbow. This is video from about 7:30 tonight, where consumers were willing to wait in this long line to make sure they're stocked up. One other note to pass along tonight, UNLV sending out notice that even though there are no reported coronavirus cases on campus, students with other housing options will be required to move out of residence halls by 5 o'clock Saturday. Students who have no other options for housing will get some special approval to stay, but must fill out an application. So now, as for those testing kits, the Southern Nevada Health District has to stop testing immediately. That's because, according to a memo obtained by the I-Team, the district is out of its current supply of reagents. Shortly after the I-Team tweeted the memo, the Southern Nevada Health District replied, reiterating info provided, supplies are limited. The acting health director is advising healthcare providers to send test samples to either LabCorp or Quest Diagnostics until further notice. All right, Ted, well, not everything is grinding to a halt. Construction on Allegiant Stadium will continue, and that's a sure sign that one of these days we're all going to be able to hang out with each other again, be it maybe at a game or tailgating. Sports Director Chris Matthews is here now with more on that.
Well, thank you, Denise. Yeah, one thing the governor failed to mention during his press conference was construction as one of the essential jobs that will continue. Workers will take precautions. They have since really the global pandemic started. They'll work like those who replenish the grocery stores or warehouses. Union or non-union construction workers are expected to show up tomorrow. There was some concern of what a one-month shutdown would mean to the stadium and those skilled workers there. But for now, work will continue under a new set of rules as workers keep their distance, just like all of us right here at Channel 8.
The major projects in town are all a go. Unless the owner of the project decides to shut the project down, construction workers ought to show up to work tomorrow. That goes for heavy highway contractors, that goes for all of our building contractors, that basically goes for any contractor in town, union or non-union. Stadium was a big concern, but like I said, I spoke to the governor and I also spoke to the president of the Raiders, Mark Bedane, and we are on track with the stadium, and the stadium is a go. Our people are, all trades are to show up to work tomorrow. Construction is essential to our city, to our state. Show up to work tomorrow. Like I said, the only way your project's going to be shut down is if it's by the developer or the owner.
All right, there are approximately 2,000 workers at that stadium site. And speaking of the stadium, the Raiders signing some players today, and Tom Brady will be visiting Las Vegas this fall as a Buccaneer. We'll be right back.
Well, we know that a lot of people are feeling pretty uneasy about these latest restrictions to control the spread of the virus, both here and across the country. Health experts are doing what they can, and Metro Police is taking steps to make sure people are safe. Brian Loftus spoke with Sheriff Joe Lombardo earlier today.
I know you're always thinking ahead. You're always looking at different scenarios and planning ahead. Are you doing that with your team right now to look at best case, worst case, and everything in between?
Yeah, in any crisis, you have the immediate need to slow the momentum. I believe the health department and the governor's office and everybody's doing with everything within their power to slow that momentum. And then we're doing everything we can to ensure that the people are taking care of each other and they're not getting out of control. So you have that initial stage, and then as you move into more long-term, the issues that are associated with long-term crisis. And then internally in the shorter term is the wellness of my employees. So I think I convoluted that answer for you, but best is you got your short term, your medium term, and your long term goals. And that is the availability of my workforce to continue to provide safety for the community. And we're going to take a lot of decisions or work stance or direction based on what we see in the data. So if people are becoming very nervous and they're starting to get desperate, we're going to do the best we can to stay out in front of that and be aware of it and respond to it.
Any advice that you'd like to impart with kids not being in school, for the mom and dad watching who maybe as high school students? I know you're always looking at making sure our younger population is staying safe and staying out of trouble. Any advice you'd like to impart to those parents?
Yeah, idle hands, devil's workshop, correct? You know what it is? The advice I would give to parents is keep them busy. Teach them all the things about life skills during this time when they're not at school, and teach them how to do things like fix things around the house, continue the ability to read. People tend to keep their noses out of the computers, that kind of stuff. I think it's important to do constructive learning along the way, and the chance for the parents to be participants in that constructive learning. I think there's a lot of life skills that can be achieved during this idle time.
As the health officials say, if the numbers end up being lower than what is expected, this whole social distancing change is working. That's what we hope for. Better days ahead. As we wrap up here, is there anything else you'd like to say? Any message that we didn't get across that you want to talk to the people listening?
Well, based on that leveling out, we have to rely on the professionals to give us insight into that. I'm an expert in the criminal environment, and I also have to rely on them and provide the sound advice when it's time to do business as usual and to defer from what our current stance is, our operational mode is now. And so the advice I give to the people is patience. Please have patience. We will survive this. From what we're seeing occurring in China and South Korea and Iran, how the virus is diminishing in current numbers, we have to anticipate that's going to occur here because we're being proactive. But patience, and rely on the experts in the field to give us good advice.
This too shall pass. Better days ahead. We appreciate you taking the time to talk to us. This entire interview can be seen for those watching on 8newsnow.com, in addition to being in our newscast. And again, Sheriff, thank you for taking the time. Stay safe, stay healthy. We appreciate it.
I appreciate you guys. Appreciate it. Have a good day.
You too.
Now, for more on this interview, and the two of them talk for quite some time, you can check out our website at 8newsnow.com. Now, lost in all this chaos, more primaries were held tonight.